Hello, my name is Dale Wilhite. I'm right now located near Panama City, Florida. I'll be here for a few more weeks. If you want to find anything about me, you can go to MySpace, Twitter, or Facebook, where I have an account or accounts. This year's about some of the funny things that happened when I went to Air Force basic training a while back, a long while back. Uh, one of the funniest things that I can remember happening was after getting there, or among the funniest things that happened was when we first got there. We're called rainbows. You have your civvies on, your hair, your hair's not been shaven, and things like that. And you stand around looking at everybody, and they're looking cool. You got everybody there. Got people still combing their hair and things like that. And you try to look cool when you get there. Among everybody else. But you're with about 66 other people, men or boys, whatever you want to call it. Because most of us were 18, 19, 20 years old. And we arrived on a Friday. The weekends don't count in basic training. So, first day of basic training technically didn't start until Monday morning. That's when they took us to get our haircuts after they took us to breakfast first, and then got our haircuts. And it took about 13 seconds for them to shave mine off. And I had long hair back then. And it only, I was the second person to go. But what's so hilarious is that when you see everybody before they go in, is looking at everybody once they come out. It's absolutely hilarious. Everybody looked like a bald chicken. Chicken run around, without any, all the feathers and stuff gone. It's just absolutely hilarious. And that's what a lot of recruits do. They'll sit around laughing at each other. It's just the funniest thing in the world. But here's what's ironic is, during the week, when we're marching, we would sometimes see the girls, at least I did, and some of the other guys that went with me, that flew with me from Jacksonville, Florida, uh, that we remember seeing on the plane. And we're going to be marching right by them as they're marching in formation, with a female flag. And it's ironic. I could see some of the other guys doing the same thing as I did. You kind of pull your hat down because you don't want them to even recognize you're there. You don't even want them to know you're there. You just would die if they see you without any hair. After they saw you when you still were a rainbow. And it's absolutely hilarious. And I remember MTI telling me near graduation that he sees recruits do that every week. He said he just died laughing with it sometimes, and he's even videotaped it sometimes. It's almost, it goes without saying it happens almost every time. If any male recruit in there after getting head shaven flew over here with a girl, who was a recruit, to be a recruit or is a recruit, and he's about to walk by her in formation or just walk by the street, he'll pull his hat down and he'll kind of duck down like this because he doesn't want her to see him. It's true. And those girls, I would no way. I did not want them to see me at all. That was just that. But I could just remember seeing it in my eyes, seeing a couple of other guys that I flew with, and they saw the girls coming too. And about three of them were in that flight. At least the five. There was about five, but the three of them were in the same flight. I think two of them were sisters. That's why two of them, they were together. They wanted to be in the same flight together. I guess they arranged that with their recruiter. But it's absolutely hilarious. It happens like the MTI told me. He said it happens all the time. He can't wait to get new recruits out there and to get them to walk by the girls. He actually will take them intentionally to get them to march past the girls because he wants to see it happen again. It's just absolutely hilarious. The second funniest thing that I can remember is that when they buff wax the floors, there's now think about the 66 guys on our first week there. It's down about 26 when I graduated. That's half of them, definitely more than half of them were gone. We're sent home or sent back. Um, you got to wax the floors, and then they'll take out a little buffer and they'll run a little buffer around. But that's not really how they buff the floors. Not in basic Air Force basic training. These are dorms that we're living in, like college dorms, except there's no carpet. Uh, what they do is they make us get our bath towels out. They turn the music, rock and roll music, or some soul music, or something like that going, and everybody starts dancing. It's the most funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. It's seeing 66 guys dancing at one time, and what we're doing is we're polishing the floors, or if you want to say buffing the floors. That's basically what we're doing. And you got 66 guys. I wish somebody could have got that on film and sent it to America's Funniest Videos. Wasn't on at that time, but sent it to America's Funniest Videos. That would have been a hilarious clip. It is funny to see 66 guys trying to dance at one time, in their tennis shoes, not our boots, our tennis shoes, and it was just absolutely hilarious. And if you ever go to Air Force basic training, that's probably as far as I know, they still do it, and that's what you're going to be doing. And they'll make you use your own bath towel. Another funny thing that took place was when we have what's called sister flight. Now, sister flight is not females. A sister flight is it's the opposite flight of yours. It's probably it's in the same floor that you're in, and they're just across the hall from there. And eventually you'll compete against them for an honor flight. And what happened is I remember as dorm guard, I wasn't dorm guard. There was another guy that was dorm guard. Was looking through the window one day, and he noticed this recruit over in the sister flight through the window there. Could see him coming down. It was just a small hole there, coming down out of the roof. Apparently, he had been AWOL for like 3 days, and then looked all over the base for him and couldn't find him. He was hiding up there. I don't know how they hid up there. I don't know how you can get up in there, but he hid up there. And that's where he was hiding in for 3 days. And it was, and of course he wasn't court-martialed. They just threw him in jail, I think, for a couple of days and then sent him home. Because that's what basic training is for, to find out if you're recruit material. But it was absolutely hilarious. This dorm guard was telling everybody about it, watching this guy crawl down like that. It was just, and all along, they're running all over the base, looking in every building. They had some of our recruits, I didn't have to, but other recruits from our flight, looking all over the place for the guy. Didn't know if he got hurt, if he got killed, or what. Don't know what happened to him. He was up there all along. Another funny thing that happened, and the MTIs swear to you, no, this does not ever happen, is the one where they will, when you pull dorm guard duty and an MTI comes up to the door, he's got to put up his ID there, and ID card, it's called an ID card, and it's got to have his rank, serial number, blah blah blah, and his photo on there. And one of our MTIs one time went up there, put it at the window, but I am a black female officer. Idiot opens the door. They sent him home. And then our sister flight, the same day, their MTI come up there and put an ID up there of Donald Duck. And the idiot opened the door. He got sent home that day. So, of course, if you ever go to basic training, be very careful, because these MTIs will swear to you this never happens, no. And there are other recruits say, well, no, it never happens. Yes, it does happen. It does too. They'll pull these little funny things on you, and they'll tell you it's not going to happen. And another funny thing, though it's not funny if it happened to you, is the one where the MTIs will sit and tell you, and at morning exercise, now you can't wear watches, rings, earrings, and things like that. And then at the same breath, they'll turn around and say, who has a watch on? And all these idiots wave their hand, oh, I got one here. No, I'm sorry, the MTI didn't say who has a watch on. Does anybody know what time it is? And then you got some idiot raise his hands up like that. They got sent home. It's absolutely hilarious. It wasn't funny to them, but it was funny to everybody else. But there are some funny things that happen at the Air Force basic training. That's absolutely hilarious. You have to be there to really appreciate it, but it's absolutely hilarious sometimes. And so, if you ever go to basic training on your way into the Air Force, you'll probably have a little bit of fun right there. But I hope somebody one day can get a camera phone in there and film all these guys dancing at the same time. Of course, it'd be a lot more fun if the girls would come over and join us. It'd be a lot more fun. But unfortunately, they don't allow that, as far as I know, still. But it's absolutely hilarious. And if you are going in, be very careful. You may find yourself riding with some ladies down there. And when you get your head shaven, you're probably going to pull your hat down and kind of duck, unless you're bald anyway or something. So I don't know. Anyway, this tape only goes over for 10 minutes. I just wanted to share that with you because I know that a lot of people are interested in the Air Force and maybe joining. And basic training is, it's assignment says things. Assignment says go left, you go right. They send you home. So be careful of that. But there's a lot of funny things that happen there. And so it's not all bad. Let's keep that in mind. Thank you for your time, and I just wanted to share this. Nothing more.